Hello, Flosstube world. Well, we're back. It's been a couple weeks, but we are the stitching duo, mom and son team. I'm Shelly,
Michael.
and Michael's internet's a little patchy today, so hopefully you'll be able to hear him. I might be doing most of the talking, but hopefully we can get him in there too. So it's been a couple weeks. We try to video every 2 weeks just with our work schedule and life. So let's see. So the last couple weeks have been hectic. We had to run up north to Michigan for my mother-in-law, and then I came back and had a kidney stone. Had to have surgery. Isn't that lovely? And that's quite painful if any of you have had that. Michael has had them as well. It's just something we have in our family. I think it's a hereditary thing. So I had to go through that. So I got a couple days where I could just sit and stitch and do nothing else. So it was kind of fun. And then last weekend or 2 weekends ago, I took a trip to Kansas City, Missouri to see my sister. Um, did a lot of sightseeing and went to the ballet, which was really neat. Never been to a ballet, so I really enjoyed that a lot. And now I'm back and had my Embroiders Guild. We had a Halloween party, which was really fun. So here we are, ready to do another video and show you what we've been stitching for the last couple weeks. Um, Michael, I know, has got a bunch. We tried to do a Startober. I got three of mine started, but then I had to realize the fabric I had wasn't quite large enough. Michael exceeded me in that department. He has five, and because they were much smaller than my starts, I chose these huge projects. So
Completed
that's what we have
three.
going on. And then
Completed
yes,
three.
three. I know you'll show them soon. And then, as we've been telling you all, my husband Mike and I will be heading to Indiana on the 23rd, I think it is, that Wednesday for Thanksgiving. So super excited about that. Super excited to see the kids. Well, I still call them kids, but they're adults. Um, so
Hey,
super excited to
I'll
see
I'll be
Michael and our
31
daughter-in-law
and
Kayla. Huh?
be 31 in less than 2 weeks.
Yes, I
I'm
know.
not a kid
So
anymore.
on the 16th, Michael will be 31. So let's comment and wish him a happy birthday. He will be 31 years old. Doesn't seem possible. That's November 16th. And then the following week we'll be with them, which super excited about and um, hoping I can get a trip down to Fancy Works in Bloomington. I'm not sure if they're going to be open, but I'm going to try to get down to the LNS down there and see what they have. I always go there when I'm visiting and probably drag my daughter-in-law along with me. And I think we're going to do some Black Friday shopping. It's just going to be a really, really great time. I'm really looking forward to getting away and hoping that we have no snow because that, will always deter a trip if we get a snowstorm. So hoping that the weather just stays. And our weather is crazy here. I don't know about anywhere else, but here in New York, yesterday was 70 degrees. 2 days ago was 40. So it's just been a really crazy fall, and I'm hoping snow is still far, far away.
So, while my mom is here for Thanksgiving, we are going to do a live video. So anyone that is interested, um, when we do that, you can chime in, ask us any questions, want to know what we're working on at the time. If you want to just ask us about life, we can do that too. I think we're gonna do probably about a 30-minute live video. And if anyone wants to chime in, come on in.
Yep. Anything you want to ask us? We thought we'd do that. This is the start of our floss tube journey and still trying to get our grounding. And, so the first of the year, we're going to do our whip parade. I have quite a few more than Michael has. So that's going to be our January. And then hoping to do we really want to try to set up some fun segments in our floss tube. So that's what we're looking for 2023. But super excited that we're going to be together and won't have to do it by Zoom. So that'll be fun. So shall we dig right in? Because I haven't finished. I'm so excited. So we'll start with FFOs. While I was flying, you always find something that's simpler to do. So I had started at StitchCon this past summer. I had gotten from Keepsakes the Blackbird Designs and Cats on Parade, and they helped me pick out fabric and everything. So this is the this is the Cats on Parade. And here is the drum that it's not assembled, but I have it all stitched, which is really neat. And it was great to stitch on a plane because it was just one color. I didn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah,
So here's the top of the
you
drum.
got really well.
That would be the top piece. And then here's this. And then I got a new laptop. So let's see how, can you see this? So
That
here is this. And then the bottom. I might need to sit back farther. Can you see it now?
yeah, yeah, we can see it now.
Okay. So I was able to stitch quite a bit of this and at my sister's in the evenings. So I was so it went really quickly. I was really, really surprised. So I'm super excited. So I'm going to send that out to a finisher because I can't finish drums yet. I haven't got that far.
What?
So I use Artie up, she's the vintage stitcher up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And she's done some work for me. She's amazing. And if you haven't, check her Flosstube out because she's got some really great things. She has such a wide variety of scope. She crochets, she quilts, so stitch embroiders and cross stitches. So
You
she's
were a
really fun. So
veteran
I'll be sending that up
stitcher.
to her.
I
So
thought you were a
Michael,
veteran
your
stitcher.
finishes. Hmm?
I said you're a veteran stitcher and you can't do a drum.
No, I'm not a finisher. Never have been a finisher. There's some of us that don't finish that send them away, but I am learning to start finishing some of my own pillows and different things. But the drum is just a little bit above what I can do at the moment.
A little above your
So I'm
wheelhouse.
going to send that out to Artie. Hmm. Okay, Michael, it's your turn. What do you have? He has a lot he finished in October.
I'm working on it.
Super proud of him.
I forgot to pull out my finishes. So
Okay.
so 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 give me a minute.
Okay, so we'll give him a moment because he didn't get them. Um, so yeah, so I'm originally from Michigan, so it's really fun to have another stitcher that I know of in Michigan, which is Artie. And looking forward, we're moving back in 2024 when my husband retires, and so I'm looking forward to getting and meeting a bunch of stitchers in Michigan where we're from. Did you have your finishes?
So my finishes. I got three of them.
Awesome.
I finished this one, which I showed last video. My coffee
That's
ornament.
really cute.
I haven't quite
Hmm.
got to the point of fully finishing it yet. Ooh, it's starting to ring. Um, I did this one,
That's really cute too. I sent you that little kit. I love that. That's really cute.
and then my mama dearest over there. She's gonna help me. She can help me turn it into a little pillow.
Hmm.
So I just feel like it's perfect for like one of those little decorative decor pillows to put in your
Hmm.
room.
Yep.
And then this one I made for my kitties.
That's really cute.
Yeah, I thought it turned out really nice.
Hmm. The eyes are really pretty.
Oh yeah,
Really
I
pretty.
love the green. Uh,
Hmm.
and those are my three finishes for October.
Yes, because we did the Startober. So he did really, really well. So do you want to start with your whips?
Sure. Um,
So I think
so,
he has a couple from Startober as well.
so I started. I'll show. Um, so this is be a light to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I got done in about a week and a half. It's
Yeah, his
very
needle was like on fire. Mm-hmm.
it's very color intensive.
It's beautiful. Do you have the picture?
I do not. It's in the living room.
Okay.
Um,
I believe because it's like mason jars, correct?
yeah,
Can you tell like a little bit about what it actually is?
yeah. So it's three mason jars. And it's supposed to be kind of like fireflies at night, kind of sparkly thing. And then through the three jars, it says to be a light to the world.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and I'm actually going to be once I finish it, I'm going to be gifting it to my mother-in-law um, for Christmas because she's really big on like the uplifting sayings and things.
Hmm.
So I thought it'd be
Oh,
pretty.
she'll really like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
she will love that. Hmm.
So
Great.
and then my other work in progress for this month is I started this.
So you technically have a start and a whip.
Well, no, this is a work in progress.
No, but it's a start since our last video too.
Well, yeah, yeah, that too.
So you got two categories.
Bam, just like that. And this
Yeah,
one
it's just like that.
this one is called Love is Kind.
Mhm.
Um, and so far I have gotten this much done.
Is that upside down?
No,
No.
it's
Oh, it's the, oh, okay.
it's the head of the little girl.
Okay,
It just
great.
I haven't finished
He
all the
was
color.
talking.
I haven't finished
Mhm.
the coloring in this section, so it hasn't really quite popped yet.
Popped out yet. Okay, it looks really nice though. So we were talking earlier before we got started recording that he's doing a lot of quarter stitches and three-quarter stitches, and as a new stitcher, those can be a little hard, and it's on Ada. And that for me, I know some stitchers, don't stitch on Ada, but I explained just because the Ada was in the kit doesn't mean you have to stitch on that. So, a lot of times I would stitch on more of an even weave or a linen if we had a lot of quarter stitches because it's easier to do them. But that's just he'll learn as you go along, but I think you're doing a great job. It looks really, really good.
Yeah, I'm really excited how they're turning out.
Hmm. So any more?
No.
Oh, no. Okay. So I have a couple whips that I started in October. So I have the Mirabilia, the Twisted Mermaids,
That is
which I
gonna
absolutely love the colors. I did order some of the Karen Water Lilies because I didn't have that. So this is like the very bottom that I started. So where I start, let me get my picture. So I started like right in this little section right there. If you can kind of see where their tails start to come together. And so this is the colors so far.
that is so pretty.
So I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful. And this is done on a 28 count cashel linen from Color and Cotton. And I'm sorry that I do not have the tag. I need to start doing that better, getting the tags and writing like what I'm using. But that was a Color and Cotton. And then for um, the next one I had is Lady Justice by Mirabilia as well. And I apologize that I don't have the picture of that one with me. But here is where I started on. So this is like, so this area here is like the ribbon on the dress on the bottom.
Oh, wow.
So, and I'm doing it on a blue from Fortnite Fabrics.
That's beautiful.
So can you see it better if I put my hand there?
Mm, you're too close.
So yeah, so that's going really well, and that's an 18 count over dyed by Fortnite Fabrics. on a bluish fabric. And those are the only two I started because the other ones that I wanted to do, I didn't have fabric large enough. So I had to do an order from Grand Stitchery. Actually, Gary helped me get fabric for the one I'm going to show for new starts. So shall we delve into new starts? Do you have any other new starts?
Um, None that I'm starting at the moment. My goal at the moment is to get these two Christmas gifts done.
Christmas gifts done. Yep. It's that time of the year too. Yep. I have to do a couple ornaments as well, and I haven't done them yet. So that might be like car stitching to do.
I've been
So I
yeah,
have
I've been wanting to
one
get
new
back to
start.
dads.
Mm,
I want to get back to dads, but I want to knock out these
mhm.
Christmas ones first.
Right. Yeah. I always try to start my Christmas gifts early. It doesn't always work out that way. I'm usually like right at the end. And but yeah,
Well,
great to
I also didn't realize I was gonna be turning these into Christmas gifts until I started them. So it was like, eh,
yeah, oh well, I better get to work now.
like
Yeah, get some extra stitching in. So I am doing this month the Garan Designer Focus through Garan Stitchery and Tottenbags,
that.
and which is Twin Peaks Primitive, which I absolutely love their patterns. I did the cottages with Just Keep Stitching with Pam last year, and that was really fun. We did a cottage every month. So this month I'm going to do called Right After Delivery. It's just a paper pattern that I got from their site a while ago, and it's the Santa with his reindeer. Isn't that cute?
That is so cute.
Yeah, like they're just dancing along. I love it.
Having a party with
So
Santa.
I started this. Hmm.
Having a party with Santa.
That's right. So I started it and here it is.
Oh, that is turning out really good so far.
Yeah, and it's going actually really quick. I just picked out of my stash an 18 count off-white, cream color Ada, and I just thought that it's just going really, really well.
It is. It's going
No
really
back stitch, just all straight stitching, and that is what I really like. I'm not a fan of backstitch. Just I did it for years and years, but backstitch now I'll do it, but makes me a little crazy. And then I'm going to get started too. Is Bellatrix was one of them that I wanted to start for Start October, but didn't really work that well. So that is this one. So I couldn't find the fabric I wanted. So I got in touch with Gary and he helped me. He was great, him and Ronnie. And I went with a fabric called Bang, and it's the Crossed Wing collection by XD Wing. And it's a hand painted fabric. So, and I got 32 counts. And so, and I apologize for that little package there. So, this is what it's going to go on.
That is awesome. I
So,
want
I
that
think it's
hat right.
beautiful. So it's a hand painted 32 count. And then, so super excited to start putting that one on here. So I'm going to try this week to get that one started. And I think it's going to be great. I've got all the beads, everything for her. So um, I just love those. So as you can see, it shows these huge projects, but I love them all. I've been wanting to start them all for quite a while. And I know Michael's got some plans, I think, for next year too. We're going to talk about in a little bit. So super excited. We can do this together. It's just really, really fun for Michael and I to do this together. So before we get into like our WIPGO and all that, are what we want to do next year, because I had an epic fail this year. I'm just going to say, wait till I talk about that. So Michael, do you have haul?
I do have haul. So,
He's so excited. Can you tell?
so as the last video you all know, my mom sent me a big box of stuff, which I am super excited about. There's like so much stuff, like I don't even know where to start. I didn't pull out any books or patterns or anything this time, but I did have to pull these two things out because they are dope. They are awesome. My mom, knowing how much I love books and reading and all that,
Mhm.
bought some bags from Garon. This is the big bag. Got
I think
books.
it's the 12, yeah, it's their large one, I think. Yeah. The 12 by 18.
And then she also got me the little one. Ain't that so cute?
For your scissors and thread and needles.
So, yeah, that's my haul.
Okay. Yes, when I saw that one when they're getting ready to do their bags, I'm like, oh, Michael's got to have that because he's a huge reader as well. So super excited like that. I don't have much haul for a change. I haven't been anywhere. I've been so busy. But I did get the October um, from Color and Cotton. And um, so the October Color and Cotton, which I think a lot of Flosstubers have already been showing because I've been watching, the videos, some of the videos I've watched. So it's November, so I'm hoping everybody has got their October, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But this is the 20, I get the 28 count cash shell linen, and this is spell book.
That's pretty. I like that brown.
So it's really, I love it. I think that this will be wonderful for like a sampler because it's got the old school feel and just, I think it would be great to do a sampler on that one. And then I got I belong to their thread club as well. So we got some really cute ones for, like they're named after for Christmas and they're super, super cute. So let me put them on here. And so here's a few of them. Like the candy one right here is just, and then there's a yellow and a green and a brown. But this one I love. This is called Candy Cane Confetti. Isn't that really that'd be so cute on an ornament and absolutely so cute. And then this one is called Elf on the Shelf.
That's great.
Isn't that adorable? That thread. And then here's a couple of here is Buttercup, Mom, and Holiday Cheer. A couple more really, really cute ones. So I'm super excited with these. These are going to be great for some ornaments to do. And they're a special edition. So I believe that this is it, like the Candy King confetti. I won't be able to get another one. So that is my haul. That's all I had for haul. But I'll have more next video because next weekend I am going to the hobby house in Rochester with my stitchy friend here. And anybody that's been to the hobby house in Pittsford, New York, knows how wonderful they are. And they have a lot of great things. So that's my closest LNS here. And that's about 2 hours away, but it's a really, really fun time. And many of you may have seen on Facebook that Pam and Steph stopped by there this week. So but it's a really, really nice store, and Dave and Kathy are great. So that is our haul. So stay tuned for next video because I'll have a nice haul from there to add to my stash. So now I'm sure many of you with WIPGO so I decided in 2022 I was going to join the WIPGO train.
Well,
And
before we start with Go, um, let's get this out of the way first. So, me and Mother have decided we're going to make 2023 a WIP year. We are going to
yes.
prioritize our work in progresses. We're going to try not to start anything new. I'm going to be starting one new project
Mhm.
because it is a request from a friend. Um, but we are going to only work on work in progresses or if we do start
Or if we have
something.
a gift to make, now if we have like a gift to make or our ornaments that we give out to our friends at Christmas, we're going to do that kind of stuff. But we are really going to try to only work on our whips,
Yes.
especially because I have these huge projects. So we're going to try really, really hard to do that. So send
And
us all your good vibes. Send
I
us
have
anything.
my
I know there is a Facebook group out there, No New Starts, that's been going on for a few years, but we're just going to kind of do our own thing and try to support each other. And each time we video, we'll let you know how we're doing. But yeah, I'm excited to try to get, I've got some projects that are 5, 6 years old that I'd really like to get done.
yeah, I have a Snow White project that I've been working on and off for what, 3 years now.
Yeah, 3 to 5 years,
And
I think. Yeah, it's a Kincaid and it's full coverage. It's stunning. I mean, what he's got done so far is just beautiful. But yeah. And then I have some large, the Mirabilias and a few other large things I'd like to make really good progress on.
it wouldn't be so bad if it was just a full coverage, but it is a full coverage with backstitch, French knots. It
Mm.
is it is
So
a
for
lot.
French knots, you could technically, if you didn't want to do a French knot, you could do beads, like Mill Hill beads or something. So you could do beads instead of French knots, which I know a lot of stitchers do. I do it. Not a big fan of French knots. Um, so you could always put beads in, or even the petite beads in place of your French knots. Like if they're eyes, you could do the little petite beads.
So which I don't know if it's like a true French knot, but I kind of
Oh,
came up with my own little trick for French knots that make it um look like a French knot.
well, great. That's great.
Um, so what I do is I go up and I come back down in, but
Hmm.
I leave just enough for there to be like a small little bump, and then I
Okay.
go back and I do it again.
Well, okay.
And
Hey,
then
and if that works for you and it looks great, go for it.
and
You have to do what makes you happy. Stitching is what makes you happy. It shouldn't, so
um
yeah.
so and then I'll move on to my next thing, but I'll be sure not to pull too tight
Hmm.
to pull those out. Um,
Right.
and that's been working really well for me.
No, that's great. That's awesome. That's wonderful when you find something, that works really good for you. I know for me, I'll do beads if I can, just because I'm not big on French knots and I can never get them all to lay correctly
Yeah,
for
and
as
like
long as I've been doing
I
them. But
watched, I watched like several videos. I read like a bunch of looked at and read a bunch of diagrams online to do it the correct way.
right.
I can
Yeah.
never make it work. So I was
Right.
like,
Yeah.
how can I make it look the same,
Hmm.
but make it like 10 times less stressful?
Right.
And so I tried that and it worked. And I'm like, why not? So
Hey, if it works, that's great. And it looks good and it makes you happy. That's what you need to do.
yeah,
So that's wonderful. Awesome. I can't wait to see that. I'll get to see that in a couple weeks. Um, so then before we get back to WIPGO in January, we've decided, I think I already said, but we're going to do our WIP parade. So that should be really fun. And the first, and one of us will do the first weekend, and the other one will do the third weekend
yeah.
in January. So, and we may, and with wintertime, maybe we'll record more. I don't know. Or maybe we'll do some single recordings as well. But with our work schedules, we try to do it every other week. This time it's been a few weeks, unfortunately,
I
but
kind of have a funky work schedule. So
yeah, yeah. Michael's in retail, so you can imagine what it's going to be like in a couple weeks for him. It's going to be just crazy. So you might just get me in December or for, 1 or 2 videos. We'll see. We'll see how busy he gets. So we want to talk about then our next video would be November 19th. We'll record and then usually within 1 or 2 days, Michael's is working on learning to edit, and then he'll upload that for us. So, but let's talk about WIPGO. So, I loved watching everyone do WIPGO for the last couple years. I decided I'd join in for 2022. Well, I was doing great, I thought, but then I realized my squares were just unattainable. And then I went back to work full time in May. So I'm like, I really messed this up. So it really is, Jessie Marie really does put out there, it's your board, do what you can. So I have been stitching on the projects, but I decided I'm just gonna redo scratch 22, learn my lesson,
Oh,
and going to do a board for 23, which I'm starting to work on. That's going to be much more attainable. And
I
so
cannot
hopefully
tell
that will
you
be fun.
how
And then
many
Michael's going to
times,
join too.
cannot tell you how many times she would either send me a message or send me a picture with a message saying, "Why did I do this? This is
I'm
crazy."
thinking, yeah.
So
So
she's like, "I need to
yeah.
change my square again."
So I changed and I changed and I changed. So I said, okay, that's it. We're just going to go with 23, and I'm going to be much better at what I can do, especially since I went back to work full time and I only get my evenings or weekends, depending what we have going on. Um, and if we travel, I stitch in the car. But so yeah, so I'm so we're gonna make it a little more obtainable for me for 23, and to be able to see the progress I can make on a bunch of my whips. And I'm hoping that I can get a few done. My goal is to at least get two big projects done. That's my goal. And
So
so we'll see how that goes. And um, so a lot of the squares, like for Michael, because he doesn't have near the whips I have. So like I told him, I said the squares, you can put whatever you want. If you want to put the Snow White on 4 squares, that's what you do. And you want to do your 10 hours or 10 days or however you want to do it. He can, for him, that gives him more time on everything. And I may do that on a couple projects too.
one of my squares, I've already decided, um, is going to be hitting 75,000 counted stitches for next year,
For the year.
for the year.
Wow.
Um,
Hmm.
because currently just this year, because I took a lot of the year off not stitching, um, just because the job I had at the time was just super stressing me out. I was working crazy hours. Um,
Hmm.
finally got back into stitching here back in I believe it
I
was
think
what,
this summer.
August, June or
Yeah.
August. Um,
Hmm.
and it's not even the end of the year yet, and I've already broke 20,000 counted stitches. So it's a lofty goal, but I think if I sit down and bust them out,
You
I
can
think
do it. Hmm.
it's doable.
Yeah, so we are, I know a lot of people do not count their stitches because they say it takes time. I just kind of count as I go.
Mhm.
But we belong to a Facebook group that the Ultimate Cross Stitch group that does like these challenges every month. And they give you like 3 tiers of what you want to stitch. And then at the end of the month, if you made your goal, you get this cute little like digital badge. And it's just fun. It's fun. I've made a lot of friends through that group.
Me too.
And so we have a good time. So, and they do really fun, different things.
And it really
So yeah,
motivates you
so
to like
we're
push.
counters.
It really pushes you to like hit those numbers.
Mhm.
Then you don't even
Right,
realize like, oh hey, I finished a project. I finished another project. Like
right.
I think that's one reason why like I went through my finishes this month so quickly
Mhm.
is, or for October was like I just kept like just chugging along and I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
this one was like 800. This one was like 2000. It's like I'm already like
Yeah.
almost there.
Yeah, you don't realize how quickly that adds up. Because just look at the Mirabilias I was doing, that's several hundred or a couple thousand I've already done. So yeah, so we really enjoy we enjoy that and
So this
kind
one
of
I showed
keeping
my
track.
this is almost 500 stitches.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
you wouldn't realize or think, but like they really add up.
Hmm. They really do. Yeah. Yeah,
So
so it's fun. So we enjoy it. And I know there's there are people that don't like to count, which is perfectly fine. Um, but yeah, we do that. But it is really, for me, it's really motivating. Oh, wow, today I stitched 500 tonight or, something. So you don't realize as you're going really how many, you stitch. So it's just fun to see like how much that you stitch. So that's fun for us. That's another thing that we do together and we really enjoy that.
I thought uh one it's gonna be part of my WIPGO, but I thought I would once a week um post a small video starting in 2023, um
Hmm.
progressing my progress on my 75,000 stitches.
Oh,
Uh
that's a great idea.
so I'm gonna they'll probably only be 30 to 30 seconds to a minute videos. Um but I will show what I've done for the week. Um and let everyone know where I am on my progress of the 75,000.
Okay. And if we get our WIPGO boards, we're going to work on them together over Thanksgiving. So if we get them done, we could show them at our on our live that we're going to do.
Yeah,
And again, we could show them and we'll show them again in January or later in December for so everybody can see them and get them posted on our WIPGO Facebook group and everything. So yeah, that would be great. So I think that's really it for us for this week. We will be back in 2 weeks. And then a week after that, obviously, we'll do the live in Indiana together in the same room. So that's going to be wonderful. I'm really, really excited about that. So we're really glad that you joined us. We'd love for you to comment anything, good, bad, whatever, because we really would like to continue our journey doing this. And we're doing it mainly just so that we can see our progress and like fun projects that we've worked on and something fun for me to do with Michael. Um, so we hope that you all have a wonderful 2 weeks and we'll see you on the 19th.
oh,
Bye.
before we leave, I forgot to add, if anyone has any plans for their 2023,
Oh, yes.
we would love for you to comment below, or email us.
Yep.
Um, and we over the next few videos before we get into 2023, we will share what you guys share to us, what you're going to do for your 2023.
Yep. And any questions we get or anything, we'll answer those right at the beginning. So yeah, so please leave some comments, questions, anything. We'd be happy to talk about that in our next video. All
Bye,
right,
guys.
we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.